I apologize if I hit you with the white girl voice.
The message has been deleted.
Pretty girl from the 612.
What is the deal, beautiful people? It's your boy Ramon, Lifestyles Defined. Welcome back to another episode of AMA. How this works, you ask your question in the comment section down below, and we answer it in upcoming videos. Today's question comes from Nu Pitchnova, and her question is, which smartphone would you recommend for business in December 2016? So this is going to be viable for January, maybe February 2017 as well. This is an interesting question. So, little behind the scenes here. I've been managing our account with Apple because we are at my 9-to-5 job. We are in terms of mobile devices, we use Apple. And we use as an MDM, we use AirWatch. Now, Apple came out with this DEP thing, a device enrollment program, and what that allows you to do is from the time you purchase a phone and you say, hey, I want this phone to be a part of my DEP world, and you tell Apple, my DEP world means it gets this application, that application, this application, that application, the minute the phone hits the Apple activation server. What is that? When you turn on an iPhone and you're setting it up, it asks you, okay, can you connect to a Wi-Fi? Sure. And then the next thing it does from there, it reaches out to the Apple activation server to say, hey, here's my serial number. What am I supposed to do? And the activation server says, you are part of this device enrollment program, so you're supposed to get these apps right away without having to log in or do anything. And that's nice and all, but the process behind it is painstakingly annoying. Like, I can't just walk into an Apple store and pick up a new device, right? Buy 10 iPads because we need them in a hurry, or 10 iPhones. We got a user going away right now and I got to get him a phone, and say, yeah, add this to my DEP. No, this has to be done from wherever the hell Apple does it before the serial, I guess before the phone gets in the box. I don't even know how they do it. And then the issue here is when you're talking about serving businesses, you need to be robust, and Apple just can't do it. They just can't figure this out, and it's so goddamn annoying. And there's so many other things around it, like the policies, and the amount of device management that you can do on an iPhone is it's almost trivial compared to what Android and Windows Phone and BlackBerry used to be able to do, right? So that's so annoying. But when I hear trigger words like business, that's the mindset I get into, and what would be best for a business. So I guess by now you would have known I'm not recommending an iPhone. Whoa. We look over to the Android world, and I don't really trust Android either. There isn't much going on there. In a business world, I refuse to have an executive or a traveling person tethered to a charger all day. That's a reality of Android phones. And I don't care what people say, that's just how it is, right? And then, of course, we know there's a lot more malware. It's easier to infect Android phones with people's careless behaviors. So that bothers me. And I'm kind of like, But if I did have to pick an Android phone, it would be the creme de la creme, not the most expensive. We're not talking Galaxies. To me, creme de la creme is the most pure of experiences, and that would be a Nexus. That's what you have to go with. You don't want anyone in the middle process to be the middleman between how your phone functions and updates you get that could throw your business software out of whack, right? So there's that. Windows Phone, I mean, oddly enough, NYPD and a lot of other city departments or city outlets here in New York have been deploying Windows phones for their users. And the cops all have Windows phones, Lumias, and they've got that app built in where they can see what's going on around them. They can see the calls that are around them based on geofencing. They can log in with their badge, look up warrants, look up people. All that stuff is there, and I find that it's pretty dope. And when I think of business, right, and this is me as an IT professional, There's a nasty practice that I don't like that happens when you use iOS devices for business. Because you're limited on how you can lock it down, you hand a person an iOS device, you can set up their mail, you can set up whatever app you need, but they still have access to going there and do whatever the hell they want and install their Facebook and all of this. To me, a business phone is about locking that shit down. And I like Windows Phone for that because there ain't shit you can do on it anyway. There ain't no apps. So you spent the money to get it developed, to get that business app, or even if it's just only email, then you know this person is not mistreating the company property. They're not running up the phone bill, streaming YouTube videos all day, although they can do that on Windows Phone. So whatever. But yeah, I mean, truthfully, I would, Windows Phone isn't terribly realistic for a business phone these days, unless it's a big corporation willing to spend money to get it right. I think an iPhone is just where we're at. And there's so much about it that I hate, so much about Apple that I can't stand as an IT professional. But whatever, man. One of the biggest going points it has for it is people know how to use it. And in business, that counts for a lot. They're not fucking around with settings, and they know where everything is. They know what to expect. If something breaks, you can send them over to the Apple store. You make an appointment. You go down and get the screen put in and expense it yourself. So, there's a lot of pluses there. But I hate to say it, but my pick for a business phone in 2016, December 2016, January and February 2017 is an iPhone. Good. I feel disgusted with myself. I'm going to take a shower now. Goodbye.
From the deep forest into the sun.